gift in the world to anyone. You as a mother or father, let your child, a baby, a young kid, have its own will completely, and that kid's going to run in the road and get flattened or set on a hot stove, and you just shrug your shoulders, your will. And it's just, you can see how much Dad loves us just by giving us will. We are, not Lucifer, we, each of us, are our own worst enemies. All Lucifer can do is tempt us. We are the ones who pick up the ball and run. That's all he's allowed to do. And we stupidly do it. Hello?
My next question, I listened to a lot of your old YouTube interviews on Coast to Coast, and I read a lot. And I came across where you discussed about how the seers that you know are coming to a point in the future where all the various possibilities come down to just two, a sort of a fork in the road. And I'm wondering, do you think that this could actually be as like a split where the people who choose to go on the path of self go one way, and all the rest of us who choose the path of love go the other way, where both exist afterwards, but the world splits in two, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Well, what you're saying, my sister, involves my calendar, Aztec telling, the year 2012. It had nothing to do with the end of civilization. It had everything, literally everything, it was so nose to nose at that time. They had no idea whether we were going to turn left as a mass or right as a mass. They could not see. It was literally not even centimeters off from nose to nose. And I'm telling you what I watched 3 or better times. And the other medicine people have seen it. The same thing. They literally, both these type Indians, South American Indians, literally started shrugging and looking at each other and putting their arms up and what's going to happen? What's going on? And they could not see if we turn left as a mass or right as a mass. It is the year of decision. And there will be people who turn one way. Unfortunately, the way things are, it looks like the vast majority will turn the other way. Just by ignoring turns you the other way. It's going to happen. But we can change it. But there are more and more, like I said, emails and people that are starting to understand what I've been trying to share, that are seeing that, boy, they got a lot of things in their life personally that they can improve upon and live the way mankind was originally meant to live. Totally in love. One for the other. Not all for one, but one for the other. Putting others first. And what comes around goes around, and if we could do that, oh boy, you can forget Armageddon. Totally forget it. We set it aside for the following generation to decide. And if they decide to keep on the good path, then their generation decides. Until eventually somebody's going to screw up and we return to the wrong path as a mass.
Just to follow up on that, I think this corresponds nicely with some data that Cliff has found in his WebBot program. He's running into a circumstance where he used to get data back about the far future and try to interpret that for events that are going to happen, say, 3 to 5 years out. But he's coming up to a wall where he's no longer getting any data back that refers to a time beyond, say, 2012, 2013, early in 2013. So I'm wondering now if it's not a much bigger event than we can even comprehend. Maybe even it's the universe, the creator itself, is simply blocking us all off beyond that.
This is the big war we're in. We're not going to go in it. We are in it. It's been ongoing for many millennia of Earthman's time. Yes, Lucifer wanted to be God, overthrow Dad, and be top dog. And God said it ain't going to happen. And it's war. And we're all gearing up for it, like it or not, by taking sides or ignoring. You're gearing up for it, and we're in it. And well, it's just that this can all change. It is so simple, but it's a matter of what do you desire, and it's a matter of do I desire this because I'm afraid? Am I desiring it for me and my family? Or do you see right that the Arabs, the terrorists, this and that, the Eskimo, Inuit, everybody, we are one relation. It means that. The Indians have forgot the meaning. We are literally one. Different colors, different looks, different languages, different cultures, but all striving for one thing, to get right with Dad. Most of them in a man way, and that'll never work. And, but my sister, we can change it. How I plead, but I sit back and I look and I say, oh dear Dad, there are a few that are working on it and doing good. And thank God for them. But the rest, civilians.
Thank you very much. And we have another category we'd like to move into now. It's Cliff affectionately refers to it as space goat farts because it's data that doesn't really fit anywhere else, and it's so far out he doesn't know where else to put it.
Whoa. Let me repeat that three words.
Space, goat, farts.
Goat? G-O-A-T?
Correct.
What the heck?
He's got a sense of humor.
Boy, I guess so. All right, I gotta meet this dude.
And so, the first question there, I was just wondering what you can tell us about the moon. Has it always been there? And if so, is it occupied? And if it is occupied, is that friend or foe up there?
It's occupied. It has not always been there. But it's been a long time. It's a possibility. Only, hear me, a possibility. It is the one asteroid, if you want, that rolled past the planet Mars, sucking off all their atmosphere, killing the planet in general. There's still some people in Mars, very few, probably less than 150. There are people from various places, including our Earth, in the moon, manning small bases and, I don't know, like warehouses. And as there are here, there are people from other places that are here on our Earth and in our Earth. And It's a possibility, please, possibility that the moon, sped by Mars, sucked off the atmosphere, got caught between the gravity of Mars and Earth, and settled down and made our night. I don't know, but it's a possibility.
Interesting. Thank you, Red Elk.
Aye.
Thank you, Peace for Gaia. The next question is from Kay Sauber.
Red Elk, there are a great many pieces of historical information, mostly through myths and folklore in various countries, Africa, China, the Americas, on reptilian creatures and tall Nordic...
The Dracolian race, yes. I know some of them.
Can you talk about them, who they are, and what their purpose is?
Well, the Dracolian race came down and claimed Earth as their domain, their territory, like we claim parts of Samoa, America Samoan, stuff like that. And they did not come down after Adam and Eve. They came down before Adam and Eve. Went to the inner Earth sections. There's 5 below us. And nobody that I know of lives in the dead center. But anyway, set up a base and a whole race, a whole city type, worldwide, in a much smaller area, because it's a deeper, we're at the wide part of the ball, and as you go deeper and deeper, it gets smaller and smaller. But nevertheless, they exist as real troublemakers. They're soul brothers. Understand this. They have souls, just as you and I do. But they have forgotten that there is really a God, really a Lucifer. This is all worked out centuries ago when Lucifer was chased out of the heavens. Those angels were made generals and sent to various places throughout all creation that had living beings, soul-bearing beings. And in time, it happened a long time ago, they turned all of those people from all of those planets into, we are God, there is no God. Technology. And that's where you and I and our world is being aimed at right now. Here's a car. It'll do 42 miles a gallon. Buy from us. Do this. Do that. We are gods. We can make cool cars. We are gods. We can make a cell phone, a computer, all kinds of stuff. We are gods. Big G. That's what Lucifer is trying to do with us. The last of the God believers in all, hear me, all creation. The very last. And even the best of the aliens that I have seen, and have visited a few, and there are probably billions I've never visited, even the good ones, just as good as can be, do not know that there's a God any longer. They don't believe in it. It's an old wives' tale, a myth. But they would do no harm. They very godly people. And the way we should be. But knowing there is something superior to us. A God, one God, only one. And the Draconian race came down and invaded the inner Earth because it's compatible to their homelands, their home planets. And it's just too cold and too wicked up here. So they inbred